because in the history of the world, I have never heard of a liberator, and whoever claims to be one is neither a fool or stupid and is a great liar. Happy Independence Day, Ugandans. Today, the 9th of October this year, is the day we as Ugandans are commemorating the day we claim to have gotten liberty, to have gotten freedom, and to have become independent from the chains and bondage of colonial rule in this country. And on this day, we proclaimed a lot about ourselves, to ourselves and to the world. And we promised to ourselves as Ugandans to stand firm together in affection as one family, so that we can prove to the world that when an African is given an opportunity to govern himself, he can prove to the whole world that he is a human being, the supreme creature of all creations, with the highest personality, like other civilizations in the whole world. On this date, 9th of October, 1963, we proclaim to ourselves that from today onwards we are now awake, and we shall not sleep again, and we shall never be enslaved anymore. We are going to demonstrate to the whole world that with other African nations that we are now starting our own foundations, and we shall never and never again depend on anyone when it comes to the running of the affairs of this new nation known as Uganda. We are to make our own personality and identity to prove to the world that we are now independent and we shall never depend on anyone. Now here comes a fundamental question to all of us who claim to have gotten independence on this day. What is this thing known as independence? What is the real meaning of being independent? Before I share my thoughts about the true meaning or the real meaning of being independent, as we are celebrating this day of Ugandan independence, I take this opportunity, I take this privilege to salute, as a sign of respect, all those individuals who contributed to the happening of this day, our freedom fighters. Reason being, it is because of their restless struggles, their sleepless nights, their sacrifices, we are celebrating today. Comrades, I salute you for planting these seeds of freedom. Freedom, 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 freedom. Nothing but only freedom. Respect to you all. Today I have come to share my thoughts about the true meaning of being independent, as we are celebrating our Independence Day of Uganda. For being independent simply means having freedom to make your own choices, having freedom to do what you like, having freedom to dream, having freedom to work for your dreams, and having freedom to achieve your dreams. So as Ugandans, today being our Independence Day, this is the day we got our liberty, is the day we became free, and is the day we became independent. And we promise to ourselves that we shall never ever depend in any nation again. And we proclaim to ourselves that from this day, the 9th of October, 1963, we are now free to make our own choices, to lead ourselves, to feed ourselves, to protect ourselves, to exploit our own resources for our own benefit, to separate ourselves from colonial ideologies, and intellectually look at our problems in full scope and find solution for our problems by ourselves. 9th October 1963 marked the first day we stopped turning to the British colonialists, and we started turning to ourselves, and we established a self-help philosophy, a self-dependent program, and we started making our own choices concerning ourselves. And we said to ourselves that from this day, we shall be governed by ourselves, our education shall depend on ourselves, our resources shall be exploited for ourselves and for our own benefit, our health shall depend on ourselves, our security shall depend on ourselves, our economy shall depend on ourselves, and our happiness shall depend on ourselves. We proclaim to the whole world that from today, the 9th of October, 1963, we are no longer going to depend on anyone anymore. We have turned to ourselves for everything we need as a nation. And we are now standing independent as Uganda. As I conclude again, I take this opportunity to request all the citizens of Africa, with tremendous respect, to remove all our capes and salute all those individuals who were involved in the struggle, working night and days, fighting for the freedom we are celebrating today, this day, the 9th October 2020. Thank you, our freedom fighters, for the sacrifices you made for the happening of this day. We owe you total liberation, total freedom, and total independence of Africa. As once quoted by the late President of Ghana, may his soul rest in peace, the late J. Rawlings. He said, Africans are yet to liberate themselves from the men who succeeded the white man at independence. And these are our own people, which means we are still dependents because of them. And the message to us here as Ugandans and Africans is that it has always been people who liberate themselves. No one is coming to give us as Africans total independence, because in the history of the world, I have never heard of a liberator, and whoever claims to be one is neither a fool or stupid, and is a great liar. And therefore, we are supposed to stand up and fight for our total liberty, total freedom, and total independence, because nobody can give us total liberty, nobody can give us total freedom, and nobody can give us independence or anything else. So if we are human beings, we take it ourselves. And be reminded that total liberty, total freedom, and total independence is got by either ballot or bullet. And for my case, I'm for anybody who is for total liberty. I'm for anybody who is for total freedom. I'm for anybody who is for total independence. And I'm not for anybody who tells me to sit around and wait for my own turn, because I know the price for total liberty, total freedom, and total independence of Africa is death. As once quoted by Winston Churchill, that if you have not yet got anything which you are ready to die for, you have no business living. Until you get that one thing which you are ready to die for, then you have business living. Because either you have or you don't have, still you will die. Therefore, it is better to die on our feet than to live on our knees. And this is my cry to all African youth. This is a fundamental reason to die on our feet than to live on our knees the way we are right now. Let's come together. Let's join together as one family and fight for our total liberty, our total freedom, and total independence of Africa. A luta continua, Victoria is certain. The struggle continues, the victory is certain. Thank you for listening. May God bless you.